What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Mosley. That's the one and the only. It is Scott Savage. Scott, what's going on, buddy?
I'm really excited about this new Aliens game.
Ah.
I watched the gameplay trailer for that today, just as everybody has, and I am in.
So I have not yet seen it. I completely missed it.
Okay.
I will have to check that out after today's show, where people can join us live every day, Monday to Friday at noon Eastern, over on Twitch and YouTube at the official ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Today's show, Scott, Zelda's world is changing. According to its producer, Microsoft is looking to have a Xbox mobile store up and running this year, and Netflix plans to launch 40 more games this year alone. Dude, they are all in, and I can't help but go, yo, Stadia, see what the issue is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, like, they could have been here still, and unfortunately they're not, and I keep going back on what happened. What happened?
What could have been? What could have been?
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of, man, if only. But either way, Scott, let's get into it, as Tears of the Kingdom gameplay will change the game's world, producer has reportedly said. Chris Scullion over at VGC, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Scott, we are calling it Tears, right? What were we calling it before?
Tears.
Tears or Tears?
Tears may make a little bit more sense if the world is changing.
Yeah, maybe, right? But it seemingly have gameplay that can alter the game world. As reported by Japanese Twitter user Genki Japan, Zelda producer EJ was at the Famitsu Game Awards and accepted the award for the most anticipated game for Tears. Dude, I'm still going with Tears of the Kingdom. One day we'll figure it out exactly. But from what I keep hearing, it's always been called Tears. So, I don't know. Time will tell. In a series of tweets that have now been deleted, Scott, but were covered by Nintendo Life, Genki Japan quotes EJ as saying, quote, in the sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, furthermore, the player's free imagination will be filled with new gameplay that will bring about changes to the game world, end quote. It was also claimed that EJ said he hoped everyone would be, quote, pleasantly surprised, end quote, by these changes and would enjoy exploring Hyrule as a, quote, unknown, end quote, state. Dude, big title this year, obviously coming out of Nintendo. A lot of people are on the hype train for this one. We all want a piece of the pie. I cannot wait myself to jump in. I think I'll be fighting you and Corey for that code. But I got a feeling I'm going to lose, which I'm okay with at the end of the day.
Well, we can pick a game of your choice to champion. If I defeat you in Mortal Kombat, I think that's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. Good luck. You're going to need it. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom. The fact that you're the game, this is where I love how games can get experimental. And that when you get into something like this and it has outcomes and effects and consequences, Scott, this is where I really started to get excited, right? Like, I want a piece of this. I want to see what do my actions have in consequence when it comes to working in the world of Hyrule. If I affect over here, does that change the outcome over there? And things like that. We often see these in these walking sims, I guess. You know what I mean?
Well, the kind of options that come up, but I don't think it'll be based around a morality system.
No.
In this, I'm trying to think of how this will actually present in a Zelda game, and I think one faction favoring over the other might be a possibility, but in the Zelda, it's all very cut and dry. Ganon bad, Link good.
Yeah. Brad overruled you here, Scott. Says, Drew, you have CEO power. Overruled. Sorry, Scott. Yeah.
That's true.
It may be true, but that's not how it works. Yeah. Scott's been covering us for Nintendo, and so is Corey for the last year and a half, if not longer. So it's kind of, I'll step to the side, and I'll probably just pick it up on the side of my own and kind of work away at my own leisure. It would be nice to play it on the Switch 2 or Switch Pro or Switch sequel.
Yeah.
But either way.
Or the Switch online service through my computer. Whatever comes next.
Right? So what are your hopes then, Scott, for this changing, evolving world?
I'm hoping for maybe some large-scale destruction throughout the game. But based on your actions confuses me. Because I'm thinking just in Ocarina of Time, at a certain point, you lock yourself away. That's when you become an adult and you come back. And in that time, that's when Ganon has taken the whole world. It looks different. Everything's destroyed. Everybody hates it. So there's a lot of motivation put into the game that way. And I'm wondering how they'll make that fit. Is it just going to be as simple as, do I have a tool that can stop waterfalls? Is it that simple? And now I explore underneath every waterfall? I have a hard time picturing what it could be, because we've seen gliding, we've seen flying already in the game.
Yeah, there's this whole build mechanic, right? So are you thinking that's what the change is, Scott? Or you think is it your actions? Like, often I think of, I still think of it to this day, The Walking Dead by Telltale, right? You had an outcome of, okay, here's the situation. This person can either live or die, and so can this person, but only one of them will survive. And that kind of changes the outcome of the story. Is that going to be what's happening here? Or is it, like you say, do we get an actual mechanic of, okay, now this we'll just build this, and then that's going to change the world a little bit, and it stays behind?
Yeah.
What did we play? Oh, you know what we've been playing recently is Wild Hearts. So when we're in our worlds and we build these mechanical machines, dude, that literally stays there, right? Until something destroys it, whether that's us or the monster we're hunting. But that stays behind permanently in the world until something affects it otherwise. Are we getting something like that, Scott, you think?
That would make a lot of sense. I think that could work, but this is only a single player experience too, so that kind of does change it a little bit. But there may be situations similarly where you have to build kind of a boss fight arena ahead of time.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm probably the last person to pick up the Zelda game. That being said, imagine if Nintendo do a ground up rebuild of Link to the Past.
Oh, I'd buy that for $200.
Oh wow, Scott, don't tell them that. They're gonna do it.
That is my favorite Zelda game.
There you go. I wouldn't be surprised to see something coming around. Obviously, with the sequel coming this year, that's pretty important for Nintendo and where that's going to go. And everybody, as far as the fan base, is so pumped for this, which is cool to see.
And everybody's really psyched on remakes recently. Nintendo has hit it out of the park just like any other.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, Nintendo's one of the worst because they'll keep selling you Mario Brothers over and over and over again, right? like they've been doing it forever. So.
Some say they've remastered Ocarina of Time many times, and I own 3 different copies of it.
Yeah, hello GTA.
What's one more?
Yeah, we're definitely on this remake of everything right now, right? The Last of Us being another one of those iterations. But yeah, getting back into Tears of the Kingdom here, the fact that outcome somehow is going to affect the world seems intriguing to me, to want to see where that's going to lead the story. How does that affect the story, if it does at all, or is it just mechanical contraptions being left within the world? Man, lots to discover. This year's a big year, man.
Perhaps you're controlling NPC spawns and stuff, more of a Hyrule Warriors kind of scenario.
Dude, I love
the possibilities are really open.
Yeah, I love those games. Those games are a ton of fun. I had a blast playing them. There's one of the few games I was actually on the review side for.
I play with or against you in Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, fair enough.
I have Calamity.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, I have both of them. If you have a 3DS, I don't think you do.
I did. I don't know where it went. So let's go. But I do know where we're going.
It's propping up your PSP.
Vita. Microsoft's new Xbox mobile gaming store may launch in 2024. Activision Blizzard games are key to Microsoft's mobile gaming push. Tom Warren at The Verge. Scott, Microsoft is getting ready to launch its Xbox mobile gaming store as soon as next year. The software giant revealed its plans for a Xbox mobile store last year, and now Xbox Phil Spencer, the big boss himself, says the company is building the store in the anticipation of companies like Apple and Google being forced to open up their mobile app stores. Quote, "We want to be in a position to offer Xbox and content from both us and our third-party partners across any screen where somebody would want to play," end quote, said Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer in an interview with the Financial Times. Quote, today we can't do that on a mobile device, but we want to build towards a world that we think will be coming where those devices are opened up, end quote. Scott, interesting. Here we go again. At one point, Microsoft did have a bit of a mobile division, didn't really fare off that well, and they even tried a couple mobile games that didn't seem to remember was it Xbox phone, or was it a Microsoft phone, or Windows phone? It was a Windows phone.
Windows
Kyle
phone.
had it.
Oh,
Well,
excuse me.
bless you.
Yeah, Nathan had one too, and I think it was the support end of it was what's missing. They did hardware pretty well, and I think it worked well. It just didn't have an app store of its own. So this could bridge the gap there.
Well, Microsoft first hinted at a next generation store earlier last year, just a month after the company announced its proposition of Activision Blizzard acquisition. Dude, I think if they get in here, right, this is where it's funny because we see PlayStation and Xbox going battling it out right now as they try to, one tries to win the fight, and the other one tries to stop the other one from winning the fight for Call of Duty. It's really coming down to the mobile side of things, though, right? When you get into
Yeah.
King over here and the fact that you have Candy Crush, you have Call of Duty Mobile, and they're looking to get into their own mobile store, Scott. This is a big thing where Xbox has been lacking for a while and wants to gravitate towards. And I think a lot of people are starting to miss the boat of really the direction that Xbox is taking when it comes to this whole acquisition of Activision Blizzard, is that they want the mobile side. Right? As much as everybody's going, holy, they're going to take Call of Duty and this, that, and the other. It's not really their focus. It's going to be a nice little cherry on top of everything else that they want for them when it comes into the mobile market, because the mobile market, at the end of the day, still dominates our main gaming hub.
Yeah, it's something that is easy to forget about. The numbers that come out of mobile is just insane, though. This makes sense with Xbox lining up in their long-term goal. They're developing a whole other wing, branch of gaming. That makes a lot more sense. That's why they spent the money, and that's why they're defending their acquisition.
No, absolutely. Brad wants to know, is this Microsoft's side quest if the deal doesn't go through? No, this is their main quest, right?
I think this is the main one. Yeah.
No, this is their main goal right now, is to get in here and get their mobile division from Activision, so that way when the store is ready to launch next year, and hopefully this is all settled and said and done with Activision Blizzard, you can get Candy Crush, you can get Call of Duty Mobile, you can get Call of Duty Warzone Mobile on their app store, and that's their main focus. And then on the other flip side of that is you can also play Call of Duty everywhere else, and they get a piece of that pie too. Right?
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot that comes with this deal. It's not just one part, that's for sure.
No. So
that expertise in the mobile division is going to grow Xbox probably. Well, it has the potential to grow them more than they've grown in a while since Game Pass. Really, cloud gaming being another option, maybe.
Yeah, like we already see the mobile side kind of take off for them, right? With that cloud gaming aspect, which is great because I use it still. Like, dude, I played Mortal Kombat the other day on the cloud. Like, it was.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, yeah. That's a game you do not play over cloud. Like, if you're in competition, like that is not a thing you do. But I'm like, yo, I don't have the space on my Xbox. I'm just gonna jump in the cloud. I'm like, hey, this is working pretty good. I'm not really gonna complain. Had a good time, and then I was able to bounce out without worrying about downloading it. But again, you can play it on your phone and just wherever else you want to go. I was on my Xbox, just kind of through the cloud that way. And I got the Logitech G Cloud that I often still use to this day, and jump in on the cloud over there too. But not only are they getting in the cloud market, Scott, they already own the gaming market. They have the cloud market now coming in as well. And now they're about to get into the mobile side, where, again, right, this is kind of the biggest market out there for video games at the end of the day is still the mobile division. Whether it's something you focus on a daily basis or more on the console side like ourselves, I think it's an opportunity that they're just looking to gravitate to make more money and kind of elevate Xbox. If you can bring in, this is where you start kind of cross promoting too, right? If they get Activision Blizzard, then they have Warzone on the mobile side. You can put tidbits of information or little drops of advertising, unfortunately, in there to kind of push them over to Game Pass, push them over to the Call of Duty on the console, push them over to the next Xbox, and all these other things that'll line up, right? And kind of keep it in that whole ecosystem just for Xbox. Opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. If this deal doesn't go through, I imagine they're going to try and start up their own avenue to get to that technology. They're going to have to in-house. If the deal doesn't go through and they buy the whole company, they may just headhunt and buy out half of the personnel.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Shout out to our friend Jamie Parent, who just got promoted over at Raven as well. Speaking of Call of Duty.
Oh, excellent.
Yep. No, good for him. Dude, speaking of mobile, let's keep it going. Because Netflix plans 40 more games to release in 2023. Stephen Totilo over at Axios had this to say. Netflix plans to launch 40 more video games before the end of 2023 as it pushes forward with its plans to be a global force in gaming. Yep. Absolutely. But again, right? Why are they doing this? Dude, this is the mobile market because it still capitalizes on so many things. And here's why it matters, he says. With a massive subscription base of more than 200 million people and a drive to find new areas of growth, Netflix is signaling that its investment in games is just getting started. Driving the news, the company has 70 games in the works from external partners and 16 games in various stages of development from Netflix's growing roster of internal game studios. Some of those, yeah, dude, some of those were acquired already, right? We already know Oxenfree 2 is the big, was a big announcement when they did purchase up that company. Another one too is their partnership with Ubisoft as they bring in Mighty Quest Rogue Palace, which is an unspecified tie-in apparently to Netflix show. There's a bunch of other stuff in the works as well. Again, dude, the mobile market's just a hot potato of games going on over there. Dude, are you gonna survive this show today, or what's going on?
That's the most sneezes I've ever had in the morning. Holy.
Scott, what's your take with Netflix?
I'm very curious to try any Netflix games at all. I don't have a Netflix account personally right now.
Yeah,
I had to cancel mine a few years ago, and I just haven't brought it back. But the first drop I see, a really interesting or even just curiosity inspiring game that drops on there, I really want to get in on that and see how it plays. How do I control it? Is it merely through my phone? Is there other options? I have a lot of journalistic curiosity for it.
no, and that's fair, right? That's granted too. It was funny because I saw this. I'm like, this is kind of interesting to me. The mobile app stores for Google and for Apple they're saturated, but there's teams that are dedicated just to covering those games. And because there are so many, whether it's on a daily basis or a weekly basis, there's so many new games that keep dropping. It's hard to kind of weed out what's good and what's not. And then when you get in here now with Netflix and where they're looking to build and get in on this side as well, it's very interesting to see that the approach that they took when they first announced that they were going into the gaming side. We kind of thought, are they launching like a Stadia service? And they're like, no,
Yeah.
they're going straight mobile. I was like, why? Well, why is because of the money. First of all, that was a dumb question on my part. Straight up, I knew why.
Oh, the install base.
But yeah,
It's the same reason Blizzard did with it. Hey, you all have a phone, right? Diablo.
Yep, exactly. And that's the biggest thing is that it's so easily accessible. And I think that's why they want to go to mobile. Do you think at all that Netflix will start to dabble in console releases at all? If they start building these games just on their platform, right? Will they have a studio internally that will port them over to Xbox? Not only can you play our Netflix games here, but now you can play it on Xbox. You can play it on PlayStation 5. You can play it on the Switch. Dude, a lot of these games will transfer over, right? In the grand scheme of
I could see that. I could certainly see that happening. If there's 70 games in the work from external partners, then there's a lot of external partners are going to want to put that game everywhere. That's generally the idea. I could see that coming, especially if some of them are successful. I've remained completely out of the knowledge of Netflix though, of the gaming. Do we know of any successful Netflix hits? Oxenfree 2 rather is a pretty safe bet.
No, I think it is a safe bet, right? I think that everybody's just kind of waiting on that. It was such a big hit when it first launched initially with Oxenfree, and then everybody's talking about it, and then 2, everybody's pumped for 2, and then they hear, yeah, it's going to Netflix. Like, oh,
what? Yeah.
Whoa, what? What are you doing? Why are you doing that to us? But people are gonna want to check it out still.
I can't get achievements on Netflix.
Scott's not coming. There's no achievements. Brad says Netflix Stadia.
I crossed the $250,000. I'm gonna have to hit a $500,000 soon.
Dude, did you cross the $250,000?
I did.
Hey, everybody! Congrats to Scott. A $250,000 achievement score on Xbox. Congrats.
250,000 gamer score. Xbox, if you would like to hit me in the DMs in any moment, we can speak sponsorship.
That's right. Yeah. Congrats. That's.
I'm not Stallion 83, but I'm still pretty high up there. I think
you're climbing. I am nowhere near that.
No,
I'm not a hunter. I'm just there for one game or another and play. So, dude, but yeah, Brad,
not there for a long time. Just there for a good time.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Brad makes a good point though, right? Netflix for Stadia is kind of like that. That's where the mechanic kind of lies, is that we're just able to take it and play on the go and wherever you are. You can just you got Netflix on your phone, boom. Now you have access to games too. So it's Man, some big moves coming out of Netflix. 70 games. I did not see that one coming, Scott. I really
Yeah, that's
did.
a huge amount. My imagination can't even include all of that. That's way too many games.
Yeah, I didn't see this one coming either. Classic Deus Ex will get an HD remastered treatment in Unreal Engine 5. Oh, you've got to be
Oh,
kidding me, dude. Let's
I
go.
know a lot of people lit up like a Christmas tree reading this one.
I sure did. This is John Papalappadopoulos.
Unfortunate name. Oh.
Dude, I just had to. This is a DS.
You know everybody knows.
If he catches this, he's gonna reach out to me and strangle me. Yeah. The creator of the DXU24 project, a project that aims to bring the classic Deus Ex game to Unreal Engine 5, has shared a new dev video. This development video showcases some of the improvements that its latest work in progress version features. It also offers few comparison scenes between the original Unreal Engine 1
Yeah, it's going
Wow.
back.
and the remastered Unreal Engine 5 version. DXU24 is an ongoing project aiming to bring the classic version of Deus Ex to the latest version of Unreal Engine. Furthermore, it will support VR.
Oh,
Didn't see that one coming either. Wow.
that's interesting.
Letting you experience the classic FPS in VR. From what we can see, DXU24 will offer volumetric fog as well as better water and lighting effects. Dude, anything's got to be better than what it was for visuals,
Yeah.
right? Like, you don't bring it
All
into
for
Unreal Engine
Unreal.
5 and make it look worse.
No, it's not a demake.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those too. But Scott, how
had
excited are
to-
you? Like, is this? Can we get this on next gen consoles or current gen consoles, whatever we
Oh.
want to call them at this point, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I think just being a project as it is, I don't think so. But if it has a lot of popularity behind it, we might inspire an official kind of rework capacity like that. But I didn't actually get to play Deus Ex when it originally had launched.
Oh,
That was in 2000. I had to look it up.
I was there.
So here we are 23 years later. A lot of people still regard this as one of the masterpiece games in RPGs. I really want to get my hands on it.
Dude, I want to say this was really my first RPG. Like the
Oh, yeah?
hardcore version when it comes to RPG games. I'm just kind of backtracking in memory. I played a lot of games. But
Stopped playing Myst and EverQuest one day, and you started playing.
I did play Myst. I never did play EverQuest. It was there. I saw people all over it, but this one I didn't get into. The voice actor behind Deus Ex 2 has been talking a lot about it, Brad says recently. Dude, I am down for some more Deus Ex. We've heard rumblings as well that Square... Is it Square? No, sorry. Embracer Group, right? They just bought up Square Enix Montreal. And Eidos and man, who knows where everybody's at now? But there's rumblings of another Deus Ex in development. Is that the remastered? No, it's this guy here, hopefully, and we'll maybe kind of get wind of how we can get a hold of this thing and get Eric. Dude, play this in VR. Woo.
Oh,
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I haven't even played that game, but I have that excitement still. I'm thinking of Half-Life 2. You know, you put me in Half-Life 2 in VR. Alex was pretty close.
Got to go back and play this. But Scott, we do have a couple of games that are actually out today. What do we have, man?
We have Remnant from the Ashes on Switch. Chia is on PlayStation 4, 5, and PC. Deceive Inc. is on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series consoles. Postal 4, No Regrets, is on PlayStation 4 and 5.
Dude, I'm so sorry. Some of these titles sometimes. Yo, go check out our review of Chia. It is up. It's live on our YouTube channel. You can swing by there, take a look at that. Scott and I played it for review. We had a good time. That's a solid game. Very unique game. So I definitely recommend everybody go check that one out, please.
It did make me feel like I need a vacation.
Yeah, dude, it's
You've
stunning.
been warned.
Yeah, the water effects I was impressed with, right? Like, this is an indie game, so you never quite know what the quality is going to be like sometimes, but this one was a solid one. This was really cool. Nice touch. And New Caledonia, shout out to them as well. But Scott, just like that, my friend. That's going to wrap up today's show, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us at noon Eastern over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as youtube.com/theofficialitg. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew, that's Scott, and we'll see you inside the game.